steamy in the Beef Stick studio this Friday evening as we're getting set to bring you our AEW special. That's right, folks. Auto Erotic Wrestling. I'd call it a game, but it's not a game. It's a new segment that we've cultivated over the last few weeks to bring to you in part brought to you by talk2transformer.com, where you can get a robot to write pretty much anything you want to for you. It's pretty great. And you'll see more about that later on in the show, but we're not going to make you wait till the end, folks. So, that's good.
Do not worry.
We missed a week last week. It was Thanksgiving.
We took a week off for the holidays.
We didn't. Yeah, right. And we have that right. Damn it.
And all of you were busy and probably wouldn't have had the time to listen anyway, so we didn't want you to miss out on a week and miss out on some of the results. We wanted to be able to give you our full opinion.
Wrestling ratings were down pretty low last week.
Which is sad because way back, not even way back into the day, traditionally in the 70s, 80s, and early 90s, Thanksgiving Day and Thanksgiving weekend were the hottest wrestling days. There was always a show on Thanksgiving Day. Back in JCP, Jim Crockett promotions, and in the NWA, they'd have their Starrcade. Originally was on Thanksgiving Day, then it got moved to December, and then of course WWE decided to start doing that because Survivor Series used to always be on Thanksgiving Day, and then they pushed it to the Thanksgiving weekend. And just traditionally, even when they didn't have pay-per-views or huge shows, that's when they would come out in the local territories, and they would hit up the biggest venue and put out the biggest stars during Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day. And they had packed houses. That's what people bought their families tickets as presents. It was a whole family ordeal. It's kind of sad to see that go.
Well, you know where the downfall came into play. Black Friday, and everybody got pissed saying that was taking away from Thanksgiving. And they decided to take it out on wrestling instead.
Bastards.
It's okay. I don't know if I could handle. God, went out to visit my family, bunch of people, bunch of food, great times. Came home, cleaned. Next day, moved the living room around, and Black Friday shopping, and just. It was not a very relaxing few days. I just did not have it in me to do the show, but it was nice to have the time off, I'll tell you what. It's good to be back, though. I'm excited for this one. Very excited.
Is great! Oh, very excited. Got a little chub
very
going.
Excited. Not a little chub. I don't know what you're talking about. But,
Well,
you
you've
know,
seen it.
Before you rub the chub, you got to blow the load for the sponsors. They get the early nut. Right at the top of the show. And of course, I'm talking about QualiTee's T-shirt company, bringing you custom tees with sublimation, heat transfer, vinyl, and decals, special gifts, shirts for all occasions, and many great varieties. That Boy Saint hooks you up fat with your self-branded needs. And not only that, but the boy just got a tattoo license. Get you some ink in Wilmer, Minnesota. That dude Saint, he's got you on deck. Of course, can't have one without the other, as I always say, Monster Wear Clothing, bringing you the rest of what you need to get your name out there to the masses for all your small runner bulk orders on decals, stickers, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, glassware, jerseys, and many other types and styles of fabrics, along with custom graphics and logo design services. My boy, Cujo the Cannibal, a.k.a. Corey Matthews, got you covered. Get yourself a handcrafted, hand-painted hockey mask. It's pretty great.
That's awesome. And does he do women's shirts as well?
Oh, of course. Actually,
of course
I think he's got underwear even. If you're looking for some underwear.
Ooh.
Yes.
Little sexy Santa present.
If you could slap something on something, he'll do it for you.
I'm telling you, you need to celebrate the women. The women are very important to all of us, both in our personal lives and in our pro wrestling accoutrements. And not only are we going to discuss some badass women's feats, some firsts in WWE women history, some vulgar comments against some women coming up, but I figured this was a great time to highlight a giant, monumental moment in WWE history, let alone this week in pro wrestling history. And this one happened 12 years ago on December 6th. That's right, 12 years ago to the date of us recording this, on WWE's flagship show, Monday Night Raw. Raw ended when Lita defeated Trish Stratus to win the WWE Women's Championship. It was the first time a women's match main evented Raw. And that's awesome. But what's horrible, Pasty, is we wouldn't see the women close the show again until October 4th, 2016. Holy shit. That's insane.
That is ridiculous.
It took like a decade for it to ever happen again. And that happened when Sasha Banks defeated Charlotte for the new or current version of the WWE Women's Championship.
Well, one of them.
Well, at the time it was, and now it's now there's multiple, and yeah, we know how that goes.
It fractured, and then that fractured into tag team titles.
So when you talk about the women's evolution and revolution, and of course you can pinpoint 1,000,001 different spots on the map it happened, but one major milestone, at least for WWE and WWF, was here with Lita and Trish Stratus.
Oh, yeah.
Were two women who actually, I think, helped push the way towards having actual athleticism, physicality, and pro wrestling moves in the ring.
Yeah. A lot of people would say this was the start of the turning point. Lita and Trish are both very profound wrestlers of their time. Trish still lended towards the other side, but she had the skill to back it up, which is a lot more than most had in those days.
Yeah, she started out as just a diva, but she definitely, especially for women at that time, took the time to actually learn some wrestling moves and try to perform wrestling moves. Wow.
Right.
Crazy.
No, I don't think her, Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler even, I don't think those
three
get enough credit.
Yeah. There's a lot of women that probably deserve a lot more credit than they get, and we're going to get into a subject about that moving forward from a classic wrestler that we all used to know and love.
Yeah.
But another person that rambles on.
Yes, from time to time, we will find the ranting, raving ramblings of the token JR. Yes, it's the Jim Ross ramblings of the week. Fat Mac, call me back.
But that's not a sad tale to tell, because there's plenty of money out there, plenty of revenues to earn. Nothing specific, quite honestly, and make significant profits. So I think that what were we talking about? My train of thought. I just left. I was thinking about something else down the road.
Man, was there a coherent thought in that string of Jim Ross ramblings this week?
There really wasn't. The man he completely loses what he's doing. I'd say almost at least once per episode. I forgot what we were talking about.
Where am I?
Yeah, no shit.
Where's my wife?
I love it, though. I still love it. Jan!
I smell the I think the barbecue sauce is burning, Jan.
The man does have interesting stories, and I still recommend anybody take the time, if you have some time, to listen to Grillin' JR with Conrad Thompson and Jim Ross. But so many times he just tickles me when it's like I can already see it coming when you hear him talking, and you're like, oh no, he went down a path he doesn't know how to get back on. It's fun stuff.
Yeah, and it goes without saying, but I think maybe we should make it clear we don't do this to bring down the man. We do this because we love him and everything that he does, and his blunders are the best blunders, whereas his great commentary is some of the greatest commentary of all time.
Oh, for sure. And let's be honest, this isn't like we're looking up some website of JR Guffaws or anything like that. This is because we sit and we listen to the show and we hear it. It's like, oh shit, there's another one. I mean, it's completely out of love and respect, and we hope people don't think it's not, because it truly is out of love and respect. But you got to have some fun with it too.
Oh, of
you
course.
Just have to.
Of course.
In fact, I've been thinking about possibly expanding it, because I listen to other podcasts or other things, and I'm sitting here like, oh man, that would be a good one. I heard one from Bruce Pritchard not too long ago that I was like, God, that would be a perfect JRR. So we'll see what happens in the future, but JR hasn't really let us down yet, and there's still a few in the can we haven't even pulled out yet. So we're doing all right with Jim Ross here.
Yes. Well, I think the man's an endless well. I mean, and this is all current content. We could dive back, you know?
Yeah, we haven't even busted out any old school stuff.
Woo! So I watched AEW this week. It was a pretty damn solid show. It didn't really go many places, but the promos that were cut were amazing promo packages. Chris Jericho, once again, proving why he's on the top of the world, now has the lexicon of Les Champions. And I was going to get the list of names of people he refused to fight for the rest of this year, but I forgot to snag it, and it was badass. Just check out that segment if you haven't seen AEW yet.
Yeah,
It's
I
all
absolutely
over YouTube.
love that too, because it's like, refuse to fight for the rest of the year. It's like there's 2 shows left.
Right.
Because they're not running on is it Christmas? Yeah, they're not running on Christmas or Christmas Eve, whichever one it is. So they got next week, then a week off, and then the week after that. Or no, actually they have the next 2 weeks off. They only have next week.
Oh shit.
Because they're off Christmas and then New Year's.
Well,
NXT is off Christmas, but NXT is going to run New Year's. So yeah, so it's like he's got one show left of people he's not going to wrestle,
and he's going to fight Jungle Boy.
Yes, because wins and losses matter in AEW.
Well, it's not a championship match.
That's what's been confusing. It's kind of gone back and forth, whether it's a championship match, it isn't a championship match.
No, Cody even tweeted it's not a championship match.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's like, yeah, they keep going back and forth. It'd be nice to have a solid, yes, this is just a match, not a championship match.
Oh, this will be good, though. But I'm looking forward to this more than I was looking forward to Jericho and Darby. You know what I mean?
I want
to see what Jack can do.
See, and this is me. I'm an old school guy, and I would really love to see the AEW champ have a squash match and just beat the ever-loving shit out of Jungle Boy and pin him and then pull him up at 2.5 and then keep doing it and just, maybe get Jungle Boy like one little spurt of offense. But I'd like to see him, be a heel and be a heel champ and completely squash the kid. I don't think it's going to hurt Jungle Boy because obviously he has the worst record in the company, so he's not going any lower, so it doesn't hurt the kid.
No, I do think it's nice that they're quote unquote feeding the champion a jobber at the end of the year.
You have to. You should.
In a way, it's kind of their thank you to Chris Jericho, right?
It's his little Christmas present.
Another notch on the belt.
There you go.
Speaking of on the belt, I think the worst promo of the week went to Brandy Rhodes. I don't know if you saw that.
Surprise!
Some psycho fan wanted her hair to be taken, and they couldn't get the buzzer going, so they cut it off with scissors. It was fun time.
That's no psycho fan, Pasty, but we'll get into that in the comings and goings. But yeah, Brandy just really needs to be off TV. She might be a really great talent relations woman or a branding officer or whatever.
Officer.
She probably is. I mean, she's obviously not stupid.